All right, it's funk coming at you. This one, I thought definitely should make a point about doing this one. McDonald's pulls 12 million cadmium tainted Shrek glasses. Cadmium has been discovered in the painted design on Shrek themed drinking glasses being sold nationwide, forcing the burger giant to recall 12 million of the cheap US made collectibles while dramatically expanding contamination concerns about this toxic metal beyond imported children's jewelry. Now, correctly, we should all be watching out for like the quarter machines with the little metal rings and shit in it for your kids. I know I always stop and go, oh, little kids, they love that shit, and I always think I should get it. But that's stupid shit, right? And I'm glad I've never fallen in for it because we're supposed to be on the lookout for that. All the stupid imported little metal jewelries, not the plastic ones, but any of those ones that are metal, whether it be in the the Value City 8-pack with 2 necklaces and all that shit, or if it's that 50-cent machine stuff. There's a cadmium taint worry about that. Now, apparently using it in the paint on these glasses as well, they didn't think it was going to be a big deal. First they talk about all this. Basically, it's part of Shrek Forever After in 4 designs depicting blah blah blah, and then they do a little commercial for him here. In the animated comedy, which debuted May 21st as the latest installment in the successful DreamWorks, blah, 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 Cameron Diaz performs as Princess Fiona. Blah blah blah. Who cares? That doesn't have anything to do with you guys trying to kill children. But really. They noted in its recall that long-term exposure to cadmium can cause adverse health effects. Cadmium is a known carcinogen that research shows also can cause bone softening and severe kidney problems. In the case of the Shrek-themed glasses, the potential danger would be long-term exposure to low levels of cadmium, which could leach from the paint onto a child's hand and then into the body if the child puts that unwashed hand to his or her mouth. Cadmium can be used to create reds and yellows in paints. McDonald's USA spokesman Bill Whitman said a pigment in the paint on the glasses contained cadmium. A very small amount of cadmium can come to the surface of the glass, and in order to be as protective as possible of children, the CPSC and McDonald's worked together on this recall, said CPSC spokesman Scott Wolfson. He would not specify the amounts of cadmium that leached from the paint in tests, but said that the amounts were slightly above the protective level currently being developed by the agency. That's a good way of saying, holy shit. Wolfson said the glasses have far less cadmium than the children's metal jewelry that the CPSC has previously recalled. Now let's take into account that this is on paper, right? Well, it's not even on paper, it's digital. But that's how he sounded when he said it, I'll bet you. Well, far less cadmium than the children's metal jewelry that the CPSC has recalled. He's trying to point the finger somewhere else. We're not that bad. This jewelry's bad. Manufactured by ARC International of Millville, New Jersey, the glasses were to be sold from May 21st into June. Roughly 7 million have been sold. Another 5 are in stores or have not yet been shipped. Emails sent after business hours to 2 spokesmen for ARC International seeking comment were not immediately returned. McDonald's said it was asking customers to stop using them out of an abundance of caution. We believe the Shrek glassware is safe for consumer use, Whitman said. However, again, to ensure that our customers receive safe products from us, we made the decision to stop selling them and voluntarily recall these products effective immediately. He says that the CPSC develops new protocols and standards for cadmium and consumer products. We adjust as necessary to ensure that our customers can continue to trust what they receive from McDonald's. I don't trust what I receive from McDonald's on a daily basis if I go. But I'd like to point out, anybody who's seen Fight Club, raise your hands all by yourself at your computer. Go ahead. Perfect. His explanation of the recall game to that woman on the plane is genius, and that it couldn't be closer to the truth. He says basically that they calculate the price of all the lawsuits they could incur versus the price of a recall. Now, if the price of a recall is less than the price of what they would end up paying out in suits, they'll do the recall. But if a recall would cost more than the lawsuits it would take, then they won't do the recall. Now, isn't that some scary shit? They're trying to make it like, oh, we're doing this recall out of safety concern because we're such great guys. You know, you can trust us and you can trust McDonald's. They're not doing this recall for shits and giggles. They're doing it because they know something. They know that they could end up paying out a lot more money than it's going to cost to recall 12 million glasses. McDonald's, in the article, they said that they would... How did I miss it when I read it? Oh, McDonald's said it would post instructions on its website next week regarding refunds. I'm not so worried about a $2 refund. I'm worried about, is this cadmium, this toxic paint, going to affect my child, your child, you in general? Because they're talking about if it gets on your hands, it is a small amount, a slightly above safe level amount leached from the paints, and we're only worrying about children. I honestly figure that you spend more time with it than your child does. You know, they might play around with it and shit, but you got to wash it under the steaming hot water that could cause leaching in paint. Doesn't that make sense to everyone else? I don't think we should allow them to recall it. I think we should start a class action lawsuit. I think we should sue the M off of McDonald's. That's what I think we should do. If you have one of the glasses, start some shit, okay? And if you don't, or you know someone who has kids, what have you, find the article. I will put the hoodiddle, what the fuck's that called? The URL in the sidebar over yonder. So look it up. Show everybody you know. This isn't a bullshit story. Man, I just can't believe it. It's always something. They can't just give you safe shit, you know? You think your kids are safe. You worry about them on the walk to school. You worry about them when they go to their friend's house, walking down the road, at the park with just their buddies, no parents involved. That's what you worry about. And they come home and you hand them a Shrek glass, and they get bone softening and severe kidney problems from it. Thank God I live in a country where absolutely everything is trying to kill me and my family. It's a beautiful country. I don't know what I'd do, honestly, if I felt safe everywhere I went. Is that the America any of us knows? A safe one? Oh, man. Either way, Funk, signing out. Keep it real, people. And fuck Shrek. The movies suck anyways.